Now before we dive deeper into editing, let's take a look at playback and skimming. Now in Final Cut Pro you have two different playheads, so to speak. You have your main playhead, it's this thicker yellow and white line right over here that plays through your timeline. And then you have your skimmer as well, which is your thinner little line over here that goes with you wherever you go on the screen, into your browser and into your timeline as well. Now if you're not seeing this little skimmer, it means your skimming is off. You can enable it either up over here in the timeline by clicking this button right over here, or by hitting S to toggle it on and off. Now skimming can be something that's either really useful or sometimes really annoying, so I do find myself toggling it on and off quite often during the day. Now there are different types of skimming. There's skimming in general, which is enabled just by hitting the S button, but then you also have audio and clip skimming. This little button right down over here next to the main skimming is audio skimming. With that on,
did anyone...
No.
You can actually hear the audio as you skim along it in the timeline or
Okay, you got this. You got this.
in a browser. With that clicked off, you still have the skimming video-wise, but you don't have the audio. This is also something that will be done to your preference. If you go up over here into View and look at clip skimming, this is something that I generally have on all the time. With clip skimming, rather than down over here in your timeline, as you skim through, you see the time code 7, 8, 9, 10 seconds to the project in whole. Now, let's say you wanted to see what the time code was for just this specific clip. That's what clip skimming is for. As you can see here, the time code changed to 109, 110, 111. That is not the project time code over here, but the time code from the clip itself. With clip skimming turned off, you see that whether you're up over here in the project or down over here on an individual clip, you're getting the project time code all the time. Also with no clip skimming on, no matter where you skim in your timeline layer wise, you are getting the composite of all of the images together based on the opacity and effects. But with clip skimming on, when you skim onto a various clip in the timeline, even if it's being hidden in reality by this clip above it, you do get to preview that in your viewer. This can also be something quite helpful to have clip skimming on for. Now, one more cool thing about skimming is if we go up over here to View and we go to Skim and we turn skimming off, as you see during the project, skimming doesn't work, but your clip skimming is still on underneath it over here. Now, if you go over here to View and turn clip skimming off as well, there's no skimming at all going on. But if we toggle over to the blade tool by hitting B, you'll see that skimming automatically is usable when you're in the blade mode. Same thing if you hit T with your trim mode, you do get to skim right there, even though clip skimming and skimming is turned off. Even if you hit R for your range tool, same thing over here. Last but not least, let's just look at the playback keyboard shortcuts, because you're going to be using these quite often. Now, in order to play, you can literally just hit the space bar. You can also use your JKL. L will be play, K will be stop, and J will be play backwards. Now, to play anything twice speed, 3 times speed, simply hit your J or your L buttons more than once. If you want to play something full screen, simply hold down Shift, Command, and F, and you enter full screen, and it automatically starts playing for you. In order to get out of it, simply hit Escape.